Gideon, if you are so tied up with your own thing right now, remember, we have the replay later that you can watch. And before you go, there is a link right here at your Facebook, my description there. Go to the link and download the PDF that we prepare just for you. You know, this PDF are taking us our time, our precious time, plus our sweat to do this specifically just for you. Because sometimes you may be very tied up with the schedule, don't really have a lot of time to read the books. So that I will encourage you to go to the link and download the PDF as to read the summary just in 2 pages. Okay? So
yeah, and if you guys like what we are doing for all the book lovers, please share this Facebook out. Yeah.
Thank you. Yes, you can always share with your friends and your family. So before we head up to this, let's talk about this one. Where that you love to read. Okay, for Gideon, I know that you are a super busy person. All right, your schedule is like next meeting after next meeting. You work at least 12 hours in the corporate, and I really salute you. You know, even with your tight schedule, you still have a lot of time. Not a lot of time. You squeeze out the time here and there to read books, and you can read more than 100 book per year. And let you share with us how you can read so many books even with your so tight schedule.
So thanks for your compliment. Actually, I just want to share my way of reading. So if it suits you, please pick up the tip. So for myself, I make sure that I have different books at different places. So example, if you are in the car and you're waiting for your kids out from the schools, or you're waiting for your spouse in shopping mall, just put a book in your car and you can read the books, whatever page you can. And if you are in the office, make sure you have a book on your office tables. When you're waiting for meetings to happen, you can pick up a few pages. And also, I even do that if I wait for my clothes to be spin off or dry off in the washing machines. I just take a few minutes to read. And last is when you are going to sleep, make sure you have a nightstand. A lot of people have nightstand and or a table next to your bed, and put a book there. But in order to do that, I must say that you must train yourself to read multiple books at one time, meaning you read different books at one time. So when you're outside, you can read one book, and you're at home, you can read other books. So to make sure that you can do that, there are actually a few benefits of reading different books at a time. So one of it is to train your memory. You must remember, what you left off at that books. And the second thing is, we humans have different moods. So sometimes our moods are low, then you want to read something that is encouraging, motivating you. So, and sometimes you want to be alone, then you can read some fiction so that you are absorbed to that stories. So this is how I squeeze the time, to read books. So how about you, Joyce? I know you have different reading habits.
Wow, Gideon, really salute you. You can really squeeze out the little minutes every single time that when you are doing other things. That is so precious that you see you can, because of this habit, you actually can finish 100 books per year. So that's why there's always different way. And one concurrently, Gideon, you are reading how many books at the same time?
I would say no, not too many, maybe three books as a standard for yourself at a time.
I have a different habit, which is I'll finish one book at a time. So I have a scheduled time for me to read. That's my habit since 16 years ago. So first time is just before lunch or right after lunch. That's my time to read books. And also another one is right before I sleep. This is the last everything that I hold in my hand. So I read before I sleep. That is my habit. Definitely. So many people of us, we have different way, and just most important, find the best way that really suits you.
Yeah, I think all this way, if it works, then go try it, your reading habits. So let's go to our, book selection, this session. So this is the book that we're going to recommend to you. The 5 Secrets You Must Discover Before You Die. So this is by John Izzo. So although you see different book cover, I think it just being published differently. So anyway, so let's go to this book. So this book was by Dr. John Izzo, and this book was come out because the author's lifelong search for a happy and meaningful life. So John Izzo is seek to answer 2 questions. So what is the secrets of a happy and meaningful life? Secondly, how do we put this secret into practice in our daily life, and how we can make sure that we are on track? So, so Dr. John actually interviewed 235 people, aged from 60 to 106, and all these people have been identified by their friends that they are someone that will know the wisdom of life. In this book, actually, I like how John give an analogy of life. So he looks at life as a long vacations. So think about this. When you plan a destination for your long vacations, did you read review or did you ask people, what is the place that I must visit? What is the best hotel? What is the best restaurant, or what food I must eat? So I think a lot of people do that, right, before you go for the trip. So because all these people, they have gone through this. So it's the same as life. Why don't we ask people that have this wisdom of life, what is the secrets before, earlier than before you die, right, hopefully. So I think this is very powerful about these books. So let's go to the first secret of this book. So the first secret of this book is to be true to yourself. So to be true to yourself. So it literally means that, follow your hearts, know what you want, take time to listen to your inner and deeper self, really know what you want and listen to it, and make your life, examine your life and make sure that you are always on track. So there are 2 ways to, following your heart. So I must say, the first is, have the discipline to really listen to inner self. And the second thing is have the courage to follow. So I know a lot of people, they have to earn a living. They have to put food on the table. So it doesn't mean that when you listen to you follow what you do, you have to overturn your life, or you have to completely change your life. So you can take small steps towards what you want. So I take myself as examples. So for myself, I am a process engineer in the companies, but I know that my calling is to improve other people, to see people grow and inspire them. So for the past 3 years, I actually have been involving in activities where I organize events, seminars for people to learn and to grow themselves. So one example is for the last years, I actually organized 6 companies, cross-company events where they have mentoring sessions. And I'm glad to see that people, grow themselves during this, using these events. So yeah, so this is what I want to share. So yeah, Joyce.
Really love your own self-example, because I know that Gideon is someone have a big heart that he wants to help more people. So he takes the small little baby step, whatever he can do right now in a small little event or the big event, that he can help more people. The way he go to help people. So let me drill down to the second secret. This book I mentioned, the 5 secret, right? The number 2 secret is leave no regrets. So it's like every single night before I sleep, I ask myself this question. If this is the last day of my life, do I live my life? Did I do the best? Do I do the best for the whole day, the past 24 hours? So sometimes it's very important for us to remind ourselves that the time that we sleep, there is no guarantee that you're going to wake up the next day, right? There's no guarantee at all. So it's important for us to really review a little bit, reflect a little bit on our day. So if your day, your answer is consistently saying that are you doing the best? Yes. If no, consistently the answer, then you have to think back. Honestly, it is not every day my answer is a yes, sometimes it's a no. So if consistently you have a no for 3 or 4 days, then you have been aware. What can you do now to make sure that you live your life without regrets? When I talk about this, I always love to tie up with a little bit on my own experience. 4 years ago, I was diagnosed with a tumor at here, right here is my right thyroid here. Doctor diagnosed and told me, Joyce, you have this tumor right here. So the number one question I asked myself when doctor told me the news is this. I don't care it's 1 month, 3 months, 1 year, 3 years, down to the road, I die. I don't care. But what is the one thing that I want to do, but I not yet start yet? You know, I know the answer is so deep inside me because all the while I have the passion and the mission to help people, to transform people's life, to be the best version of themselves. But I'm so scared. I'm so fear. I don't have the courage to come out as I have a full-time job last time. I feel so insecure to come out. And because of that, it really kicked me out to really plan myself. I take about half year to really transition. Last time I already prepared, but now I have fastened my preparation. Half a year, I quit the full-time job and be the trainer, the speaker, and the coach. So as long as I don't know where I'm going to die, all of us, we have no guarantee, but at least I know that I do something that I really love to do, I want to do, and I want to help more people. Even though right now I know that I cannot impact millions of lives, but I know that I can transform one life at a time. So it's like every single day, most important part from this book is live your life without regrets.
Wow.
So
Joyce, your story is so touching. I mean, from how you come out from corporate and then with sickness and still have the courage to come out is so touching, and sometimes so motivating to hear about this again.
thank you. So today we only talked about these two, and next week we're going to follow up with the third, fourth, and the fifth regrets. So before, if you're so eager to know what is the next three, go to the link that I put in the description or the comment section later, and you go to tell me where I can send you the PDF, and directly you can read that from there. So we're going to see you next week at 11, next Saturday at 11, same time.
Thanks, guys. See you again.
Okay.
Bye.
Thanks, everyone. See you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.